You know that guy you filled out the survey for? His score is B. He's a guy with promising potential, but he has work to do. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you, things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10 dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10 dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He does put in the effort, so he's not just all talk, he's willing to work hard for what he wants. However, his lack of planning and tendency to lose focus can slow him down, so don't expect a smooth or fast climb. In short, he's not lazy and he isn't bluffing, but his path might zigzag instead of going straight up.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's unlikely to lose his temper or fall apart in front of you. He stays outwardly calm, he won't start yelling or blaming others. He might look okay on the outside, but inside he could be shutting people out and dealing with his stress alone.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work will likely see him as polite and well mannered, so he won't be picking fights or causing drama in the office. He knows how to behave respectfully and avoids arguments, even if he doesn't get emotionally close to his coworkers. Overall, most people will like him and respect his work ethic, but he might not have many close friends at work or deep connections with his team.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do really well in your career, he's more likely to cheer you on than feel jealous or insecure. He's confident in himself and not easily rattled by other people's success, so he won't make your achievements about his own ego. He's not the type to get competitive or sulk when you shine.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he won't secretly resent you or feel smaller because of it. He's comfortable in his own skin and doesn't tie his sense of worth to who makes more money. You'll find him staying polite and supportive, not making sly remarks or giving you the cold shoulder.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He tends to be a bit relaxed and unplanned when it comes to managing money. He might work hard to earn, but he's not great at keeping track of expenses or sticking to a budget. It's not that he wastes money wildly, but you may notice bills or savings goals slipping his mind.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He's more likely to stretch his spending to enjoy life's pleasures, even if it means living a bit beyond his means now and then. He doesn't set out to fool anyone, but there's a chance he buys things or experiences that look fancier than his actual budget allows. Maybe nice clothes, eating out, or trips. It's about wanting a beautiful, exciting life, not about showing off or pretending.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He enjoys sharing good times and is generous when it comes to treating others to fun experiences or special moments. He's not stingy with spending on outings, gifts, or little pleasures. But when it comes to understanding deeper needs or offering a shoulder to lean on, he may not always notice or respond in a warm, caring way. He's happy to give in visible, cheerful ways rather than deep emotional support.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is generally open and not the secretive or controlling type when it comes to money. He won't try to hide his spending or keep you out of family decisions about finances. He's not obsessed with tracking every rupee, so you won't feel like he's monitoring or restricting you tightly.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He doesn't strongly believe that housework is just your job, but you might notice he isn't very organized or hands on when it comes to managing things at home. He's not the type to make rules about who should do what, and he's likely to help out if you ask, but he probably won't take the initiative or keep things in perfect order on his own. He's agreeable, not bossy, but you might have to nudge him to share the load.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's not the kind to boss you around or just stand on the side giving instructions. He's willing to pitch in if you ask him directly. However, don't expect him to see what needs to be done on his own or to keep everything tidy without reminders. He'll be polite and won't complain, but he's unlikely to take charge completely.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He won't argue just to prove his point or start fights over small things. He prefers keeping things pleasant and polite, so he's likely to listen quietly if you share your feelings, even if he doesn't always deeply understand where you're coming from. He may not ask a lot of questions or try to get into your emotions, but he won't brush you off or make you feel silly for your concerns.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he stays respectful and doesn't turn to hurtful words or aggressive actions. He's not the type to yell, insult, or create drama when upset. He prefers to avoid open conflict and doesn't use anger as a weapon.
Does he have a bad temper?
This is not the kind of man who gets angry quickly. He usually keeps his cool and does not lose his temper easily, even when things go wrong or he feels frustrated. This can make him easier to live with as you won't be treading on eggshells around him.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He's able to say sorry and take responsibility when something goes wrong. He's not the type to blame you just to protect his pride. If you point out a mistake or something he forgot, he won't get defensive or twist the story. This makes for less drama and more peace after disagreements.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he will respect your boundaries and understands that no means no. He's polite and not the type to push or pressure you into anything you're uncomfortable with. You can expect him to step back and not argue if you express your limits.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
He's not likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. He may feel a little disappointed, as anyone might, but he won't make you feel bad, argue, or turn cold just because you said no. You won't find him pressuring you or blaming your refusal on himself.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care. He's not the type to use personal things you've shared or experienced together as weapons to hurt, embarrass, or make fun of you later on. He respects boundaries and keeps what happens between you both private, no matter how conflicts arise.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He enjoys lively moments and being social, but he's not the type who's always looking over his shoulder for someone new. He values excitement and connection in his own life, so if he feels bored or ignored for a long time, he could get tempted by attention elsewhere. Still, clear communication and regular time together are important to help both of you avoid drifting apart.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He is not over possessive or the type to act jealous, controlling, or always suspicious. He trusts you and gives you freedom without making you feel watched or questioning your every move. He's comfortable in his own skin and doesn't need to control what you do or who you talk to.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective side does not come from a controlling personality. He might look out for you in practical ways or want you to be comfortable and happy, but he doesn't use care as an excuse to limit your freedom or make rules for you. You'll feel supported, not suffocated in his presence.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He won't insist that all parenting duties fall on you or act like it's only your job. However, he's not naturally tuned into the daily tasks or the planning that parenting often needs. But usually he waits for direction and won't always see what needs to be done on his own.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will stay calm and won't lose his temper. He's good at keeping his cool and rarely raises his voice or gets angry over mistakes. You can count on him for a peaceful and patient atmosphere, even during stressful situations.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
Yes, he will support you not just as a mother, but also as your own person with your own goals and needs. He doesn't feel threatened by your independence or achievements, and he won't try to keep you only in the role of mom. He's happy to see you succeed, encourages your ambitions, and respects your need for personal time or space. He believes you can be both a loving parent and a strong individual.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
No, he is not the kind of man who will support your career now and then pressure you to quit after you have a child. He appreciates your efforts and independence and doesn't expect you to set your dreams aside for parenting. He trusts you to make choices that are right for you and the family.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He will treat your parents with good manners and respect, always being polite when they visit or when you talk about them. However, his warmth might feel a bit surface level rather than deeply heartfelt. He won't be rude or distant, but he's not the type to get very emotionally close or make strong bonds with your family members unless he feels truly comfortable over time. He is willing to adjust to your family and won't expect everyone to change just for him.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or tries to interfere, he will handle it calmly and won't make things worse. He is not the type to react with anger, pick fights, or add drama to an already tense situation. Instead, he tends to stay polite and keeps his cool, even if things get uncomfortable.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you, but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
He is generally modern and open minded when it comes to your relationship, and he doesn't have strict expectations for you to fit a traditional supportive wife role in everyday life. However, around his relatives or during family gatherings, he may want things to go smoothly and might hope you blend in with family customs out of respect or to avoid any conflict. If you're ever unsure, just ask him clearly what's important to him. He'll respond honestly and without harsh demands.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will quietly support you rather than siding with his family or staying completely out of it. He may not make a big show of taking sides, but he won't let you feel alone or abandoned during tough times. His way is to keep peace and show loyalty in a gentle, steady manner, so you can expect him to quietly be there for you when family issues arise.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He is not a classic mummy's boy. While he respects and is polite to his mother, he doesn't let her wishes completely control his decisions or your relationship. If there's a conflict, he won't automatically take her side or leave you feeling unsupported. You can expect him to quietly stay in your corner, finding ways to support you even if he doesn't create a big scene or dramatic showdown.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He's not the type to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He tends to keep relationship matters between the two of you and respects your privacy. If anything does bother you, a gentle conversation will help. He's open to listening and respecting boundaries.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, overall, this guy gets a B. He's a guy with potential, but he has work to do to live up to it. Day in and day out, being with this man feels lively, pleasant, and mostly easygoing. He brings energy and fun into your life, is hardworking about his goals, and won't create unnecessary drama at home.